The need for management in organizations, again, needs not to be re-emphasized. We need managers in organizations to enable the organization achieve its stated goals. Managers are required in different kinds, in different levels in the organization. When we have managers from the functional point of view, in the marketing area, in the finance area, in the production operations area, in the IT area, the human resource area, and any other area as the organization requires. However, to be able to understand the skills they require at the different levels, it's important to also understand the hierarchy. Depending on the different type of organizations, the hierarchy varies. And we shall use a typical organization, a manufacturing organization, and also look at a consultancy firm. What type of hierarchy do they have? In a manufacturing organization, you will find that the lower level managers are approximately 70%, the middle level managers are about 25%, and the top managers are about 5%. On the other hand, in a consultancy firm, you will find that on average, top managers are about 30%, middle level managers about 65%, and the lower level managers about 5%. In a consultancy firm, the people in there usually are closer in terms of knowledge, and they don't require numerous levels or in the hierarchy. So what are the skills required in these types of organizations, and what is the relationship between these two? In the typical manufacturing firm, the lower level managers will require more of the technical skills than the conceptual and human relations skills. But it is important to appreciate that each person in the organization has a bit of that component of the skills. Even at the lower level in the organization, they need human relations skills and they need conceptual skills. Conceptual skills is the ability to think for the organization. Human relations skills is the ability to relate to one another, and the technical skills is the ability to do, the proficiency. So anybody at the much lower level in the organization, yes, must think through what they are going to do. So they need the conceptual skills. They relate to people, and of course, they relate to a large number of people, and therefore they also need the human relations skills. But most important, they need that ability to do the work that they have been assigned to do. So there is a relationship between the level and the skills required. In a consultancy firm, you will find, for instance, that the large number of consultants, top managers, are really at the same level, same experience, and maybe one of them emerges to be the managing partner of that firm. And then they have this middle level, which I call the middle level, of a large number of usually young people, either learning or with some experience, who do most of the technical work. If you go into an accounting and auditing firm, you'll find that there are a few people at the top level, and then the bulk of people are at the middle level. And you have a few people at the much lower level who do the cleaning work, the possibly subtyping work, errands. But even then, each one of these requires those skills, the conceptual skills, the human relations skills, and the uh, technical skills. So it's important that we understand the relations between the hierarchy and the skill requirements, so that when you're looking at training of staff, yes, you cannot avoid training lower level staff in interpersonal skills. They need to be able to relate to one another, much as they should be trained in perfecting their profession. If somebody is writing books of accounts, is operating a machine, is cleaning, is operating a tractor, they must have that ability to do that job. But most important, they relate to people. So you'll find that in organizations, managers require more of the soft skills, the ability to relate to one another. Whereas to be able to move the organization ahead, see growth, see numbers, you require the conceptual skills. So There is a relation between the two, and for you as the manager in the organization, the head of the organization, it's important to ensure that you skill people in the different skill requirements to enable them perform their job. So the manager's job is to achieve the goals of the organization. The goals of the organization produce certain tasks to be performed, and for each of these tasks you require skill. So skills is very important, and look at where the person is to be able to identify the skills that they require.